meditation teacher, mindfulness teacher named John Kabat-Zinn. I don't know if you've ever heard of his book.
No.
Called Wherever You Go, There You Are. It's a lovely book with very small chapters on different subjects related to the practice of mindfulness. And so I'm going to be referring to one of the chapters called Going Inside tonight. There's a few little poems and readings. And so I'll be sharing that with you throughout practice. And I thought we'd make that kind of our theme tonight.
Cool. I love that.
Okay. So what I would like for you to do is come down to your back. I'm going to have this block close by for me. Actually, what I'll do, since you're using that big bolster, I'm going to use a blanket. So my bolster will be a blanket. Okay. And I want you to just come to lie down onto your back and give your knees a little squeeze, hugging the knees in towards your body. Just allowing your low back to lengthen out, feeling the legs gently pressing in towards the abdomen, like you're curling up into a little seed. If you'd like, you can rock a little side to side. And then I want you to release your legs down to the ground and come into a comfortable reclined position that allows you to be still and at ease for a few moments. You're welcome to stretch your legs out long if you'd like. You can keep the knees bent if you'd like. If you want to feel a little extra sense of grounding, you can take your beanbag pillow and you can place it right on top of your body somewhere, maybe on the belly or on the thighs, just to give yourself a sense of connection and heaviness and weightedness to the earth. And so the practice of mindfulness is the practice of paying attention on purpose without judgment. And the practice of mindfulness is a training. It's a training of the mind to be here. And so what I'd like you to do is just come into the senses and allowing your senses to bring your mind here. Notice all the touching points that you have with the ground. Notice the temperature of the air on your skin. The way that your clothes feel on your body. Notice sound, noises inside the house, noises outside of the house, or maybe a lack of noise. Noticing what's in your vision. If your eyes are closed, you might also still notice little bits of flickering light. If the eyes are softly open, just noticing what's within your peripheral vision. And then allowing your awareness to be on your breathing. I want you to watch your breath and follow it wherever it goes in your body. And then allow that attention on the breath, travel with the breath inside, as if you're going inside your body, and then feeling yourself from the inside out. Noticing any subtle sensation, the belly rising and falling from the inside out. Noticing expansion and contraction of your lungs and ribs from the inside out. Perhaps noticing sensation like tingles or a buzz or a warmth or a coolness from the inside out. And now I'm going to read to you a poem by Kabir. Don't go outside your house to see the flowers. My friend, don't bother with that excursion. Inside your body, there are flowers. One flower has 1,000 petals. That will do for a place to sit. Sitting there, you will have a glimpse of beauty inside the body and out of it, before gardens and after gardens. Just gently allowing yourself to dwell inwardly for a few more moments. And then we'll gently allow our awareness to come into the fingers and the toes. And as you move your fingers and your toes, perhaps you will kind of keep this idea of staying inside or allowing your attention to remain on the inside. However that concept makes the most sense for you this evening. Maybe it's a feeling of turning inward. Maybe it's a feeling of quietness or a concept of stillness, maybe imagery like the surface of a still lake. But just carrying some of this idea with you through your practice this evening, just for fun to experiment. And you're going to wiggle your fingers and toes a little bit. Start to bring movement into your body. You can nod your head side to side, gently releasing the sides of the neck a little bit. And then you'll bring your head back to center, and you're going to place your bolster, your beanbag bolster, off to the side for a moment. And I would like for you to set your feet apart so that they're wider than your hips. And then allow your arms to come into more of a T shape, a little bit wider open position of the arms. And you can adjust if you need to because of spatial reasons. If there's furniture in the way, you can self-adjust as needed. And just allowing yourself to take up a little bit more space as much as you can. And then slowly start to rock the knees side to side, just little by little. And as you do this, feel the pelvis rock side to side. Just letting the pelvis dip to the right and to the left. And then slowly make your movements a little bigger and then a little bigger, allowing the knees perhaps to drop all the way down towards the earth. Pausing there for a moment. And then allowing the knees to come through center and then over to the other side. And pausing for a moment if you want to. And just gently moving in a way that feels comfortable for you and your body. Taking time to feel your way through each movement and care deeply that each movement is of service to you and how you're feeling right now. Let there be an intention of creating a joyful and energetic experience within your body. An intention of creating that. And then we'll bring our knees back to center. And you can walk your feet a little bit closer together so that they're not quite as wide, about the distance of your hips now. And I want you to bring your palms right onto the belly center, and we're going to connect to our center, our torso, our abdominal muscles. And so what I want you to do is think of breathing in all directions. So meaning like not only will the belly expand, I want you to think of expanding your side ribs and expanding your lower back, your upper ribs, your chest, just this whole trunk cavity expanding with every breath in. So go ahead and try that. Take an inhale down into the belly center, feeling the side ribs expand, feeling the back ribs, the chest expand. And as you exhale, think of hugging everything in. So squeezing in, the belly center squeezes, the side ribs come in. And then perhaps connecting with the abdominal muscle engagement, like a corset or something is wrapping around you nice and tight, squeezing in. And then let's do that a few times. Inhaling to that comfortable capacity where you feel like you're expanding from the inside out. And then exhaling, pulling everything in and squeezing in just tight enough to where it feels comfortable. So you're not overdoing it. Do that a few times. Breathing in, expanding from the inside out. Breathing in, pushing all the air out, making the space smaller inside. Breathing in and making the space wider and more spacious inside. Breathing out, contracting. One more time. Breathing in, feeling space being created from the inside out. Breathing out and feeling all that breath leave your body, connecting to your muscle tone, connecting to all the engagement of your muscles, perhaps the squeezing around your internal organs. And then we'll let go of that breathing practice. We'll let our breath return to a nice, natural, easy breath. And I want you to bring your right knee in towards your body for single knee to chest pose. And once the knee comes in, I want you to allow your right foot to start to circle around. And as you circle the foot around, I want you to just feel the whole circling movement of the ankle. Feel the sole of the foot, the toes spreading nice and wide. And then reversing, taking your circles in the opposite direction and feeling the foot point and feeling the foot flex. Just going through all the movements, pointing the toes, flexing. Yeah, that's it. Pointing and flexing. That's it. That's it. Getting all the movements of the toes. Good. And then from here, you're going to slip your hands behind the back of the leg and you're going to flex your foot. I want you to keep your thigh in as close as you can towards your body. So you feel the front of the hip engaging. This is going to make it more difficult to straighten the leg totally, and that's okay. Okay, so as you keep the leg in really close, you're then going to flex your foot and reach through your leg, reach through your heel, just till you feel your hamstring engage and stretch a bit. Good, and then bend your knee. Beautiful. And as you straighten the leg, keep pulling the leg in towards your body. and then bend. Good, so there's an active hugging in of the leg in towards the body as you stretch, which engages the front of that hip. And then bend. Good. And then go ahead and relax. And I want you to set your right foot down and go ahead and straighten the right leg all the way out onto the ground. And point your toes. And then flex the foot. And then point the toes. And flex. Good. And now I want you to pick either point or flex, whatever feels the best. Bring just your right arm up alongside your ear. Turn your right palm in so it's facing the midline of your body. The thumb is going to be pointing down. And then it's almost like your pinky side of your hand is karate chopping the sky. And now I want you to lengthen through the whole right side body. As if you could just stretch just the right side. And put your feeling attention into the whole right side. Just feeling the right leg extending, feeling the right hip, the side waist, the side ribs, the arm all the way up to the hand, getting nice and long. Perhaps you take one of those big, expansive breaths in. And then exhale. And as you exhale, really empty the whole breath out and allow that right arm to come down. Let your right knee bend, set the foot down onto the floor. And then just pause for a moment and let your whole body relax. Let your body sink, feel the weight of your bones, feel that deep connection to the earth, the heaviness, the groundedness, the centeredness, feeling the back of the pelvis as it presses into the ground, the back of your body, your shoulders, feeling the back of the head, your feet. And then let's bring the left knee in, coming into single knee to chest pose. And you can really hug that knee in as much as you want to here, if that feels good. And then we're gonna slowly circle the left foot around. That's it, yeah. And moving through the flexed position and the pointing. And then also allowing your maybe you think of like the heel of your foot. The heel is drawing a circle. Sometimes that can be a helpful way to articulate the ankle all the way around in circles. Drawing a circle with the heel. You can reverse if you'd like. Yeah, that's really good. Really good. Pointing, spreading the toes. Maybe noticing where you feel your body lighting up when you're doing this movement. Do you feel it in the shin bone, maybe parts of the calf, maybe parts of the leg, the hip? Noticing where energy is lighting up in your body inside, from the inside out. And then let your foot relax. You're going to keep your leg in, nice and close, in towards the body. So you have to actively kind of hold it there as you let go of your hands. You'll feel that front of your hip engage. And then you're going to take the hands behind the back of the thigh and flex your foot. And then actively hug the leg in towards your body as you straighten any amount. Depending on your hamstrings, they may or may not, the knee may or may not straighten that much, and that's okay. We're going to do 3 of these, nice and slow, just letting your breath be gentle and easy, as natural and involuntary as it wants to be. Good, really, really nice. Beautiful. Good. And then go ahead and bend the knee. And you're going to shoot that leg straight out. Go ahead and straighten it all the way out onto the floor. I want you to Flex and point the foot a couple of times. And then you're going to choose what you want to do, either point or flex, what comes naturally. Take that left arm all the way up alongside your ear. You're going to turn your palm so that it's facing in towards the midline of your body. Pinky side of the hands, karate chopping the sky. And then you're going to lengthen, reach, stretch, elongate through just the left side body. Just putting all your feeling attention into the left side body. Allowing your breath to be, again, its natural, gentle breath, as nurturing as it wants to be right now. Just allowing your body to breathe you. And then this last breath, perhaps this time you want to deepen the breath. Maybe inhale and expand. Expand the belly, the ribs, the chest, creating a lot of space inside. And then exhaling all the breath out. Releasing the left arm, relaxing, letting go. Placing that left foot onto the floor and then taking a moment to just be still and notice sensation inside. Maybe there's an increase of energetic activity or energetic awareness inside of you. Maybe a little bit more sensation of tingling in the fingers and toes. Maybe running a pulse, running through the arms or legs. Just noticing your body's prana, life force. Okay, and now from here, you are going to be using that big beanbag pillow. We're going to come into a supported bridge. So you're going to lift your hips and you're going to slide your beanbag pillow underneath the hips. And hopefully that doesn't feel too high. Does it feel okay? You can give me thumbs up if it feels all right. Good, okay. I've got a blanket. I'm just using my little blanket here today. Okay, and we're going to pause here in supported bridge pose. You're going to allow your shoulder blades to come apart. Let your back relax comfortably on the earth, the upper back, your shoulders. Perhaps letting your palms roll open. Beautiful. Letting your chest broaden, the collarbones, maybe a feeling of widening across the chest. Want your feet and your hips to be heavy, as if they are stuck to the earth. And then as you rest here, bring your attention to your breath. And just notice the natural rise and fall of the belly. Notice the natural expansion and contraction of the ribs as the lungs expand and contract. And so supported bridge is an interesting posture because when we elevate our hips a little bit like this, it also slightly, very subtly lifts the heart. It's a very, very, very mild little inversion. Kind of the beginnings of what becomes a full-on inversion. But we can tune in to the subtleness as we practice placing our attention on sensation on the inside. We start to become more attuned to subtle energy, subtle sensation. And so maybe we take a moment to practice noticing the feeling of the torso being in a slight inversion. Maybe as the inhale and the exhale moves the belly center, there's a sensation of the internal organs moving ever so subtly towards the shoulders, towards the heart. Just a little bit of space being created. Maybe there's a subtle sensation of the blood flow moving towards the heart. I don't know, just all sorts of things we can use our imagination to wonder about. Maybe we can feel subtle flutters of body movement inside. The beating of our heart is a really great place to start. We can almost instantly feel or hear the beating of the heart once we tune into it. The heart is such a special relationship that we have with ourselves. Even before we're born, we can hear the heartbeat of our mother, but we can also feel and hear our own heartbeat. It's a very special connection. Very, I don't know, maybe one of our very first relationships is with the heartbeat. And now from here, you're going to rotate your palms down. And now we're going to take this into an inversion called legs up the wall. And this is supported with the bolster so that we can do this in the middle of the room. And I want you to bring your knees one at a time in towards your body. And maybe you let your knees come in close enough to where the low back rounds and there's a feeling of the hips, kind of the tailbone lifting up. That's okay. So letting yourself get nice and heavy. And you can stay here for as long as you want. This is the halfway point. If you'd like to straighten your legs, you can do one at a time or you can do both at the same time. And then we come into our legs up the wall. And now while we're here, let's play a little bit. Let's play with leg movements. Classically, the legs are the distance of the hips, right where we're starting. We can stay here if we want. We can also play with taking the legs into a wide V. Now this can be kind of an intense posture if there's lots of tightness or a holding of the inner thigh muscles and groins here, or maybe some tension on the inner knees. So if it's too much, the quickest way to modify and to release some of that tension is to bend the knees and let the heels come in and just take the knees wide. So staying there for as long as you want. You can also play a little bit with some bicycle movements of the legs, which can be really nice for working the abdominal muscles and just moving the hips a little bit more. And then the sky's the limit. You can get as creative as you want here with how you play with movement here in this pose. Just asking the body, what does it want? What does it need right now? What would give you the satisfaction of energetic joy within your body? Another really fun pose you can take is bringing one knee in towards the chest, that single knee to chest, and then extending the opposite leg into the single knee to chest with the leg extended, reaching it towards your phone. And then you can switch. You can bring the other knee in and then extend the leg, almost like you're trying to put it on the floor, the straight leg. Yeah. And you can try it again on the other side too. Just feel into the front of your hips as you do that. Get a little extra special stretch in the hips, the front of the hip. Making sure that you're toned in the belly center to support you here. Let this be a little bit of an abdominal workout too. And all the while, you're also getting the benefits of a restorative inversion. Anytime we come into a position where the head is below the heart, heart slightly above the head, we are in an inversion. We're giving our body a chance to do something that it doesn't really do very often throughout the day, if ever, is be upside down. And science has shown us that being upside down does something quite magical to our endocrine system, which is a system of glands responsible for the production and release of hormones and neurotransmitters in the body. And something quite magical happens. There's a balancing effect that being upside down has on the endocrine system, which can really help tremendously with the way we feel, our moods, the quality of sleep we get, our digestion, our blood pressure, our sex hormones, it's got this wonderful effect. And so just being here, as humble as this pose may be, it has quite a profound effect on our inside. What's going on the inside that's very subtle. And so feel free to stay here for 1 or 2 more breaths. And then when you're ready, bend your knees. Maybe let your legs drop in toward your body for just a moment more, feeling that nice rounding in the lower back. And then go ahead and set your feet back down onto the ground. And we're just going to pause, pausing for presence, noticing how you feel. And then from here, we're going to come out of the supported bridge. So you can lift your hips, slide the bolster out from underneath you, and set your hips back down for a moment. And now we're going to practice bridge pose. And we're going to practice it dynamically. So I want you to set your feet on the floor, a comfortable hip distance width apart, toes pointing more or less straight forward. Your arms are in a low V shape. I want you to turn your palms down and press the length of your arms into the mat. So you feel an activation of the upper back muscles, shoulder blades, feel like they're firming onto your back. Get a sense of an engagement of your abdominal muscles, a little zipping up from the pubic bone to the lower ribs. And then on your next inhale, you're going to lift your hips, squeeze your glutes, press into the balls of your feet and your heels evenly. And then exhale and come down with control. Inhale, squeeze and lift. And exhale with control, lower down. Good. We're going to do 10 total bridge pose. So I want you to go through the 8 that are left and take your time and just allow yourself to be with this movement just as it is. Feeling the strength of your back as your hips lift, the glutes engage, the hamstrings are firing up, maybe a feeling of the tips of your shoulder blades coiling in towards the back of your heart, helping to create a nice lift in the chest. Allow your facial muscles to relax, especially the jaw. Notice if there's a very strong grip in the jaw. Can you let that go? Good. And when you get to your 10th bridge, you're going to hold. I want you to Take your time. Those are looking very nice, Sarah. Nice bridge poses. Good. Just feeling what part of your body is warming up, where you're feeling energy ignite, where the body's lighting up with effort. When you get to that 10th bridge, you'll hold. Now, if you want to, you can roll your palms open. Maybe you want a little bit more of a chest stretch. You bring your shoulder blades together. Roll your shoulder heads under your body. If you want, you can keep your shoulder blades apart if that feels better. But make sure that you are zipping in, drawing your pubic bone towards your lower ribs. Maybe kind of a sensation of the tailbone reaching towards the knees. The inner buttocks are squeezing and helping to lift the pelvis. Good, one more breath. And now just for a final little lift, I want you to come up onto the balls of your feet, lift your heels. Good, see if you can lift your hips a little higher. Nice, squeeze. And then lower down, nice and slow. And see if you can articulate your spine, one vertebrae at a time, staying up on those high heels if you can. Lowering all the way down, nice and slow. Maybe the tailbone is the very last thing to touch. Nice work. Good. And now from here, I want you to bring your left arm up alongside your ear. And go ahead and roll over towards your right side. Sorry, your left side. Whichever arm was up. And then we're going to gently press on up to a comfortable seated position. How you feeling?
Good.
Good. And we'll come take a comfortable seat. And we're going to cross our legs. And sit up nice and tall.
Can I sit on my beanbag?
Sure, yeah. Feels a lot more comfortable, huh? That's nice. It's like a U shape.
Yeah, it's like a U shape, and it came with this mat that goes underneath it. So it's like a meditation, like bolster hip thing, so your ankles aren't sitting on the ground and your knees aren't sitting on the ground. It's really nice.
I love that. Did you get it on Amazon?
What?
Did you get it on Amazon?
Of course.
You'll have to send me the link. I wanna look into that. That looks nice.
So nice. I was like, this one's way more expensive than the other ones, and it came. I was like, oh, this is the best thing ever.
Nice. Yeah, it looks like very comfortable.
That's awesome.
Okay, so here we are. We're in a comfortable seat. We're going to do a little breathing exercise now. So I want you to turn both your palms to face up. Okay. And this breathing exercise we're going to do is called alternate nostril breath. And alternate nostril breath is a lovely breathing technique for balancing the two sides of self. It's really focused on helping to cultivate harmony between the right and left side of the nervous system. Also helps us to move out of a stressed place in the body and into more of a relaxed and resting place in the nervous system. And so with your non-dominant hand, you're going to make a mudra. Mudra means hand gesture. So you'll just bring your first finger and your thumb to touch. And that's it. It's like making an okay sign. And then you can let that hand rest on your knee again. And this hand mudra is helpful for directing our attention inward. Just helps to keep our focus. Your dominant hand, we're going to be using the first finger and thumb 2. And we're going to be using these fingers to alternately open and close the nostrils. So the other 3 fingers can coil in, like you're making a little gun. And now you'll take the pincher fingers and you're going to bring them to the bridge of your nose. And then I want you to allow your spine to be long. Let your head be in a neutral position. Allow your shoulders to relax. And then you're gonna slide those fingers, 2 fingers down the nose until they meet the place where the nostrils flare. And now I want you to plug your left nostril and take a comfortable breath in through the right side. And then plug your right nostril and exhale through the left side. Comfortable, easy breath out. Inhale through the left nostril. Plug the left nostril and then exhale through the right. Inhale through the right side. Plug the right nostril. Exhale through the left. Inhale through the left nostril. Plug the left nostril. Exhale through the right. And now keep going. Inhaling through the right side. Plugging the right side, exhaling through the left. And just allowing the breath to flow now. Breathing in through the left. And out through the right. And I want you to just allow the cycling of the breath to move from the right to the left. And just coming into a little rhythm where the breath is flowing with as much ease as you allow it to. If you find that the breathing starts to feel stressful, meaning like you feel like you can't catch your breath, or you're starting to feel tension in the face or the shoulders, that's a good indication to just take a little break. Allow yourself to relax again into ease, a feeling of relaxation in the body, and then try again. Okay, so we're gonna keep going. I want you to just concentrate on the feeling of the breath moving in and out. And now take your time, no rush. We're going to complete the practice. I want you to exhale through that right nostril to complete the practice. So take your time getting there. And then releasing your dominant hand down. You can make a mudra in both hands if you want, or you can just let the palms rest. And I want you to take a nice big breath in through your nose and fill up that space within, feeling that expansion. When you get to the top, hold the breath. Okay, and I want you to feel the base of your pelvis squeeze, okay, your pelvic floor muscles. You feel a little squeeze of your abdominals. And just imagine that your breath is moving up, all the way up, from down here, all the way, all the way, all the way up into the heart, up into the throat, all the way up into the head. And then as you exhale, feel your breath go up and out. Letting go, letting go, letting go. Relax your eyes, your cheeks. Relax your shoulders as you let that whole breath go, softening any squeeze in the body and letting yourself relax. Just taking a few moments to breathe here naturally. Okay, we're going to do that one more time. It's a breath retention practice. Once you take a nice inhale through the nose, imagine that you're filling up from your base all the way up to the heart, the shoulders. When you get to the top, hold the breath and then squeeze your pelvic floor, squeeze your belly muscles. And then slowly release the breath and relax and feel the breath move up, all the way up and out. Just imagine it going up and out. As you exhale, relax your eyes, relax your cheeks, relax your jaw, relax your pelvic floor, your belly muscles. And just take a moment now to soften into your awareness of your body, the sensation, maybe the feeling of your body resting, sitting on the ground. Becoming aware of the space that's all around you, feeling into the space around you and feeling into the space within you. Feeling the natural breath as it moves in and out, and just connecting to the movement of your body, that subtle movement with just the breath. Tuning into the feeling of the air on your skin, the feeling of your clothes on your body. Tuning into the garden of flowers that is inside you. Beautiful garden that you are tending to now. And from here, we're going to come into another reclined position. And so I want you to gently open up your eyes if they're closed. Just taking in the space. And you can rub your hands on your legs, and I'm going to uncross the legs and go ahead and straighten them out. Just give them a little release, maybe point and flex the feet. And then I want you to come on down to the floor again. And you can take that big black bolster that you have and bring it behind your legs. Yep, supporting the weight of the legs. And then if you have something to support your head and you want to use something for your head, maybe a pillow, I'm going to use my blanket, to come on down and be nice and cozy. And then if you want to, again, take that big bean bag and place it on top of the legs or the belly, and just allow the weight of the bean bag to ground you down. And I'd like you to take a nice deep breath in. And then exhale again. And allow the eyes to relax, the cheeks. Relax your jaw. Allow your ears to open up, just becoming aware of both ears at the same time. Relaxing your shoulders, your neck and throat. Surrendering the weight of the arms, the ribs, chest, the back muscles, upper back, mid back, lower back are relaxed. Relaxing the chest muscles, belly muscles, the sides of the ribs. Surrendering the weight of the pelvis and the legs. Becoming aware of the field of energy within you. Noticing subtle sensation. Maybe some tingles in the fingers and toes. The beat of your heart. The gentle expansion and contraction of your lungs and belly as you breathe. Or maybe a pulse running through the arms and legs. Dwelling inwardly for extended periods, we come to know something of the poverty of always looking outside ourselves for happiness, understanding, and wisdom. It's not that the environment and other people cannot help us to be happy or to find satisfaction. It's just that our happiness, satisfaction, and our understanding will be no deeper than our capacity to know ourselves inwardly, to encounter the outer world from the deep comfort that arises and comes from being at home in one's own skin, from an intimate familiarity with the ways of one's own mind and body, dwelling in stillness and looking inward for some part of each day. We touch what is most real and reliable in ourselves, and most easily overlooked and underdeveloped. When we can be centered in ourselves, even for brief periods of time, in the face of the pull of the outer world, not having to look elsewhere for something to fill us up or make us happy, we can be at home, wherever we find ourselves, at peace with things as the way they are, moment by moment. Now, as you continue to rest here, you may notice thoughts, and that's okay. That's the nature of the mind, to be thinking, the mind to be wandering, perhaps time traveling into the past and into the present and then into the future. And so I want you to allow that to be okay. And allow your body and sensations of going inside, the sensations you experience on the inside, your breath, to be like an anchor for your mind. Gently coming back. And that's part of the practice. That's the training of presence. As the mind wanders, you gently bring it back with a sense of kindness and compassion and deep understanding. And so take a moment now to just be, allowing yourself to just be, moment to moment, discovering the home that is within you. And now bring to mind the most beautiful garden. See a beautiful garden, vast, goes for miles, tulips and lavender. And see yourself standing or sitting right in this beautiful garden. Noticing colors, different shades of yellow, orange, purple, and green. Noticing the gentle winds, perhaps, that blow the flowers from side to side. Don't go outside your house to see the flowers. My friends, don't bother with that excursion. Inside your body there are flowers. One flower has 1,000 petals. That will do for a place to sit. Sitting there, you will have a glimpse of beauty inside the body and out of it, before gardens and after gardens. We'll gently allow ourselves to come back into the room. You can start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Maybe you open up your eyes, take in the space. And move with some grace as you release your pillows and props to the earth. Welcome to hug your knees in towards your body. Maybe give yourself a nice, big, well-deserved hug. And then we're going to rock side to side, allowing yourself to roll to your favorite side. And then gently pressing on up to a seat. Taking your comfortable seated position of choice. Joining your palms together at your heart. Taking a moment of gratitude, just expressing appreciation towards something in your life that brings you joy, that you want to just express gratitude towards now. And then we'll close our practice this evening with an Om. Nice breath in. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you so much for sharing your precious, beautiful practice with me.
Thank you, my dear. That was so nice.
Good. I'm glad you enjoyed it. It was such a lovely surprise to see you tonight. When I turned the camera on, I was like, yes, she had it all figured out. Whoop, whoop.
Yeah. She was like, okay, here's the link. I was like, how do you know if I'm there? She was like, just log on with your actual name and then I'll keep a roster. I was like, oh, okay.
Yes.
I was like, you know, sometimes when you just don't know the process for something, it keeps you from doing something.
Yes, because I'm going through that big time with learning how to do all this online stuff, like such a huge learning curve.
Yeah.
Life is just a big learning curve right now.
I do it all day long at work, so I'm just, by the time the end of the day comes, it's like I want to connect with people and I want to see my friends, but I'm also just exhausted. You know, I've got to like get up and do my hair and put on makeup and smile all day long. And, you know, at the end of the day, I'm just like, ugh.
I don't want to do that. Well, I'm glad. I hope it wasn't a pain, like a difficult process. I hope it seemed, you know, smooth.
like having you on the big screen up here makes a big difference.
Oh yeah.
Squinting onto the little screen.
Yes. Yeah. And I figured out my room situation. So I've got the camera in the right place so that you can actually see my whole body. Early on in learning how to do this, I was the headless yoga teacher for a little while because my camera couldn't get my whole body. I was like, what's up guys? Headless yoga teacher today. But now you can see me and it's like a nice white background, not a lot of junk behind me. So
So I was going to ask you, you know what, let me do a phone call because I know this is being recorded. So let's just like close the class and then do you have my number or can you call me on Facebook Messenger?
yes, and would it be okay if I called you tomorrow?
Yes.
Okay. What's a good time?
Probably like 11 o'clock, like morning-ish.
Okay, I have a physical therapy appointment at 11, but I can call you after. It's usually about an hour.
Okay, that sounds good.
Okay, and I'm gonna make sure that I have your number. I'm pretty sure I do. Maybe I don't, because I think I looked for it earlier because I wanted to, I wasn't sure if you got my messages. Yeah, I don't have it. Okay, let me take it down. Because I saw that you hadn't seen my messages, you know, and so I looked to see if I had your number so I could text you in case you didn't see them in time for tonight.
No, it's just a crazy day at work.
Okay, what is it?
It's 818-406-5352.
Okay, 818-406-5352.
Yep.
Cool, I'll call you tomorrow.
All right, talk to you tomorrow.
All right, thank you so much for being here. Have a wonderful night.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Okay, bye-bye.